So this is the first time I will be making a Iceberg video. Basically what an Iceberg video is there's different layers. So at the top of the iceberg is most well-known things, and then as it goes down it's more less and less known things until you get to the very bottom, which is the least known, or the most horrifying. And this Iceberg video is going to be about the YouTubers slash content creators, musicians, anything turned predator. It's crazy that there's even a list to have that's this long. So yeah, enjoy the video, leave a like if you like it, and let's get into it. So the first one we'll be taking a look at is Drake. Now, I don't think Drake needs an explanation, but, you know, for the people that don't know, here we go.
Hey Drake, I hear you like I'm young. You better not ever go to cell block 1.
Aubrey Drake Graham, otherwise known as Drake, was born October 24th, 1986 in Toronto, Canada. He is a rapper, singer, and songwriter. He started out his early career as an actor on Degrassi, The Next Generation, playing Jimmy Brooks, a basketball player who becomes wheelchair-bound after being shot. He released his breakout mixtape, So Far Gone, in 2009, featuring hits like Best I Ever Had, and then signed to Lil Wayne's Young Money Entertainment shortly after. In 2019, a video resurfaced on the internet of Drake kissing a 17-year-old girl that he brought on stage. After kissing her, he then proceeded to say, "Oh, I'm 23, I can do this. It doesn't matter. Why do you look like that, you thick, curvaceous? Look at all this." I'll play a clip of it right here. And then he continues, "I don't know if I should feel guilty or not, but I had fun. I like the way that your breasts feel against my chest." He then kisses her on the cheeks and the forehead. The age of consent in Colorado is 17, so, I mean, it's still weird, but, you know, not completely illegal. But that's just one of the things that he's done to get on this iceberg. The biggest reason why everybody knows Drake as a alleged child predator, I mean, nothing's really confirmed, so take everything I say with alleged, was whenever he was messaging a 14-year-old Millie Bobby Brown about boys and giving her advice on her relationships. I think around the time he was 32. So, you know, talking to a 14-year-old about relationships and giving her advice, what kind of advice was he giving her? You never know. So, anyway, he's never received any, like, charges or legal accusations, just nothing actually legal, but just enough to where the public eye got to him, and, you know, we had the whole thing with Kendrick Lamar making Not Like Us, so, yeah, I mean, it's bad, but not the worst, you know, that could be on this list, so. Alright, let's move on to the next one. So our next larger-than-life opponent in the ring is EDP445. You've probably, I don't care who you are, you've probably heard the name at least once or twice, because his whole cupcake thing that he had when trying to meet up with what he thought was, I think it was like a 14-year-old girl. It was pretty wild. So, yeah, we're going to get into him right now.
So, again, so what brings you out here today?
Well, I was coming out here to...
Glasses off.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Well, I was actually coming out here to pick up a cupcake and then go back home. There was...
So this one was actually kind of a sad one for me, because, I mean, at first I didn't even believe that it was real. Like, how can something even be this ridiculous and be real? But either way, like, I used to watch EDP all the time. Like, whenever he would upload in his little golden era, I'd say around like 2015, 16. Like, he made a lot of good memes, I guess you'd say, but... yeah, in 2020, I would say, he got caught by Alex Rosen and predator poachers, trying to meet up with what he thought was like a 14 or 15-year-old girl. And this guy is kind of sick, because well, obviously he's already sick, but trying to meet up with a young girl. But he would send her, like, pictures of his shit and, like, flirt with her, talking about, like, just, like, the most random stuff that you would ever think about, especially being a grown man. I think he's in his, like, late 30s, talking to a 14-year-old about how your shit was that day. But, yeah, Alex Rosen caught him in around, like, 2020, 2021. And even before this, he got exposed for having inappropriate conversations with another 16-year-old that he said, and I quote, he wishes her to be his next girlfriend and for her to help him jerk off. And then in another one with a 14-year-old, he wanted a picture of her breast as compensation for a custom shout-out. In July 2020, he released a video that addressed the rumors and dismissed them as jokes, noting it as his, like, messed up sense of humor, and nobody even thought about it. Like, I didn't even know he was uploading it this time, so I honestly had no idea that he was even still on YouTube. But then in October of that year, a YouTuber by the name of Cold Raven released episode 8 of his own series called Slaughterhouse, where he showed evidence of EDP's not so pleasant behavior around kids. And after Cold Raven called him out, EDP made a response called My Response to Cold Raven, where he insults Cold Raven and threatens him by pulling out a 1911 and cocking it. And then he deleted it. And this part, coming from his Wikitubia, says in April of 2021, two YouTubers specialized in hunting down predators. Alex Rosen, host of the channel named Chet Goldstein, formerly using the channel Predator Poachers, and CC Unit, recorded an interaction held by them with Bryant. They confronted him about his messages that were exchanged with a decoy who posed as a 13-year-old girl. So, a year younger than I thought, and that makes it just even worse. So, sent messages to who he thought was a 13-year-old, and it contained sexually explicit content, including a picture of his member, and content involving his fecal matter and masturbation, including ejaculation. So that's really cool. On April 23rd and 24th of that year, so just a couple days later, he privatized all of his videos, including most of his videos on the EDP 445 2.0 account. Many people who were associated with him, such as Felipe, announced that they cut ties with him on April 27th. Bryant's main channel was terminated along with his backup channel EDP 445 2.0. Alex's channel was also terminated by YouTube, so that's kind of crazy, but I mean, for what, there's a lot of stuff that happened with that channel too behind the scenes around that time. So I mean, I'm not saying it they unwarranted or they were protecting EDP, but you know, kind of crazy they chose right then to terminate his account. He still has a cooking channel up called Chaotic Kitchen 445, and a gaming channel called EDP Gaming 1, and a wrestling channel called Stall Seat that are still up on YouTube right now. So if you need your EDP fix, I would just suggest not watching those. But either way, in August 2023, leaked audio recordings showed Bryant discussing an unknown 15-year-old and his interest in meeting her. Soon after, this 15-year-old girl would be revealed as a YouTuber, Kayla Hoskins, who released a video titled "I'm EDP445's victim," in which she explains how he engaged conversation with her on Instagram after finding her on Gideon's Discord server.
Hello, my name is Kayla and I am unfortunately EDP's victim. I am 16, I'm turning 17, and EDP first started talking to me when I was 15. He messaged me first and I told him my age and he didn't block me. I didn't really know who he was. I remember seeing him back in like 2021, but all I knew was that he was caught in a predator catch before. There's actual messages of me telling my age to him several times, and there's voice messages of other victims that he groomed.
I mean, regardless of the situation, Kayla, I don't give a fuck. Like, she's like, oh, I'm gonna ruin your life. Well, if you think that you can ruin that bitch any more than what it's already been ruined, you go right the fuck ahead. Be my fucking guest, bitch. As a matter of fact, motherfucker, I'll get front row tickets to see this fucking shit, dude. You know what I mean? It's like, I really don't give a shit anymore. You know what I mean?
So after everything, Gideon, a YouTuber, came forward announcing his cooperation with another predator catcher named Skeeter Jean, which, if you haven't watched Skeeter Jean, you should. He's pretty good. Where they hired a private investigator to figure out his whereabouts and later confronted him. This video was released on September 28th, 2023. During the confrontation, Kayla filed a report to her local police department. Updates regarding an arrest or charge are yet to be announced in 2024, but EDP's social media accounts would then be banned once again. In May 23, EDP uploaded a video of him exposing MrBeast's former crew member, Kris Tyson, after becoming transgender. Now, if you saw the picture of the Iceberg, Kris Tyson's going to be on here. So, yeah. He said he made the video to protect their children, siblings, and godchildren from him. He also falsely claimed that Kris kissed her own son Tucker on the lips, and also stated that Kris was a fan of Lolicon, which is true, which he considers animated children anime engaging in sexual activity. Very, you know, wild coming from the guy literally messaging children about pictures of his shit and then asking to have sex with them. So anyway, legal action is yet to be taken against him. All the stuff that happened with the predator poachers and Alex Rosen, it was handed over to police. He then became infamous for his numerous unsuccessful attempts at returning to content creating and finding jobs. He tried to create content on Vimeo before his account got suspended, and then he tried to take legal action against people that posted leaflets with information about his then recent behavior in his neighborhood. He made a gun channel that got immediately terminated by YouTube within hours. But yeah, as of right now, EDP just lives in the shadows, looking for his next cupcake and trying to make it back on YouTube at any point in time. Now, if he would have just not done this, he would still be on YouTube, still be in the public eye, have a good reputation, sort of, but he chose to make everything worse for him and the rest of his life. I mean, he's 508 pounds, and he has kidney failure, so I feel like that YouTube money would really come in handy right now had he not tried to talk to kids, so. Alright, on to the next one. Alright, so the next person we're looking at in this video is Dr. Disrespect, Dr. Diddy Spect, I don't know. Anyway, we're going to look at him and the reason why he was canceled. It was not, you know, the greatest. He made a apology for it, and it's probably one of the worst that's on any, like any YouTuber apology is probably one of the worst ones there is, so. Alright, let's get into it.
Back in 2021, Predator Hunting Grounds released a Dr. Disrespect DLC, where you play as Dr. Disrespect, except he is the Predator.
Herschel Guy Beam IV, better known as Dr. Disrespect or the Doc, was born March 10th, 1982, and is 42 years old as of this video. He became known for playing Battle Royale games such as Call of Duty Black Ops 4, H1Z1, and PUBG Battlegrounds on Twitch and YouTube. Before all of this drama started, Doc was actually a really beloved Twitch streamer. He was at many cons. He collaborated with a lot of YouTubers. He was on the H3 podcast. So his first drama started in 2017, where it was shown that he cheated on his wife at TwitchCon that year. He went on stream, talked about it, let everybody know what was happening. He owned up to it, and, you know, it's an awful thing to do, but it was very respectable in the way that he acted. You know, you don't just cheat on your loved ones. And he has a kid, too, so that obviously affected them. And he knew that, but he knew he messed up and took a streaming hiatus. I couldn't really find out how long for, but that's not the main drama. So on June 27th of 2020, Twitch abruptly banned Dr. Disrespect, and it was brought to the public by Twitter user Rod Breslau, saying Dr. Disrespect has been permanently banned from Twitch. Twitch would not confirm that it had banned Dr. Disrespect, or why he might have been banned, or whether it might be permanently banned. Twitch signed Dr. Disrespect to an exclusive 2-year contract back in March for an undisclosed but life-changing amount of money, which we know now is tens of millions of dollars. From what we know now, this seems obvious, but back then, the only thing people could assume was Twitch was going off on a banning spree of people who were sexually harassing and assaulting people, but no one knew that Dr. Disrespect would be a part of this, since he's the kind of save the kids kind of person. All Twitch had to say was that they suggested that Beam had violated the site's community guidelines or terms of service in an email to The Verge, but would not specifically say so. As is our process, we take appropriate action when we have evidence that a streamer has acted in violation of our community guidelines or terms of service. These apply to all streamers regardless of status or prominence in the community, a Twitch spokesperson said in an email. In June of 2023, it was revealed by a Twitch ex-employee that Doc was banned off of Twitch for messaging a minor through Twitch Whispers. Twitch Whispers is like if you're playing any online game, how you can message another player without having to access any type of global chat or team chat, just directly to another person. It's like that, but through Twitch. Cody Connors at Evoli on Twitter said he got banned because he got caught sexting with a minor in the then existing Twitch Whispers product. He was trying to meet up with her at TwitchCon. The powers that be could read it in plain text. Case closed. Now, personally, if you ask me, I think there's a lot that still needs to be seen about the story. I know Doc has cleared his name, and there really isn't much we can say because we can't see exactly what happened, and nobody's come out about it, except for this one Twitch employee. So around the time that he actually got canceled for this, he made a tweet saying, "Were there Twitch Whisper messages with an individual minor back in 2017? The answer is yes." But in the stream after he comes back from all of the accusations,
maybe it's time to tell my side of the story. Huh, champs? You see, there was a lawsuit pending, and as part of that arbitration, all parties were not allowed to speak publicly about the case. I respected those rules. My lawsuit against Twitch was eventually resolved, as you all know. But even then, as part of the settlement, all parties were still prohibited from speaking publicly about the case or the settlement. However, if one side violated that confidentiality, then the other side could respond. Cody Connors, ex-Twitch employee, wasn't even involved, leaks Twitch's reported reason. Years later, Cody, why do this? What was the point? This was settled professionally. And you, knowing how black and white the internet is, you decided, you fucking rat, to leak the reported reason Twitch banned me in 2020. I mean, for what? Cody? Why? You also said the word minor, Cody. I even made sure that word was emphasized in my statement, edited, etc., just to make sure these so-called journalists would pick up on it. And boy, oh boy, did they ever, champs. When you and all these so-called journalists, Cody, fired off your tweets, did any of you consider that the Twitch user may have been over the legal age of consent at the time of the messages? Let's set the record straight. I never intended to meet this user ever. We never made plans to meet at TwitchCon or anywhere else, and in fact, we never met in person ever. The judge in the case determined that the whispers were not illegal. So then why did Twitch use these messages against me? Why did Twitch treat the doc so differently from their other streamers? I mean, outside of the obvious. I mean, just take a look at me. Unfiltered. The realest motherfucker in this industry.
I think it was a 3-month hiatus, I'm pretty sure. He said that he used the word minor to lure in journalists. When you look at actually what happened, he had made the tweet with minor in it. And then once he got called out for it, he edited the word minor out. And when he got shit on for editing it out, he put it back in. So I just don't know. Now, contrary to what the Iceberg says, I personally don't think that Dr. Disrespect is a predator. I think some things got caught in mistranslation. As he said, the judge himself ruled the message is not illegal. So I think the bad actor that released that tweet saying he knew exactly what happened was just him wanting to get more clout, which is exactly what it was, because nobody had any idea about what had happened except for a doctor up to that point. So I do think the situation was handled poorly, but when someone's called out in a situation as grievous as that, I mean, you would obviously make some bad choices in your responses. Do I think that he should be canceled and never be allowed on the internet again? No. Has he done some fucked up stuff in the past? Yes. But to the public eye, public knowledge, and of the courts and everything, he's never sexually talked to a kid, and he's never touched a kid. So I'll leave that with what you will do with it. It's none of my business what you do with it, but that's just what I have to say on the situation. On to the next one. Now, the next person up is Dream, and if someone could have a world record for the most loved and hated creator of all time, it would be him. He has some of the most views on his Minecraft videos you'll ever see, and also the most amount of allegations put towards him that I think any one human could have in their entire lifetime. So, with that being said, let's just hop right into it. Clay, known online as Dream, is an American YouTuber, Twitch streamer, speedrunner, and singer, primarily known for creating Minecraft content. Dream has been active online since 2014, but did not gain substantial popularity until 2019, with the release of his Minecraft Manhunt YouTube series. His allegation refers to a controversy following unconfirmed evidence being presented by a female Twitter user at OxyClean in October of 2022 that accused Minecraft YouTuber and speedrunner Dream of allegedly grooming her in 2020 when she was a minor, 17-year-old, over Twitter DMs, text messages, and Snapchat. After the accusations surfaced on Twitter, many started using the hashtag #DreamIsAFreak to circulate discourse and memes. Dream later denounced the claims as false on his private Twitter account, sparking more backlash and controversy. In November 2023, following the Dream vs. Gumball controversy, an unverified recording claiming to be of Dream sending his moans to a minor on Snapchat surfaced and was spread on social media, reigniting the allegations. In December 2023, Dream addressed the allegations in a 1 hour and 22-minute long video titled The Truth. Due to the buzz surrounding Dream's face reveal on October 3rd, 2022, Twitter user OxyClean started a thread that claimed Dream had been Snapchat friends with her since March 19th, 2020, and that he had groomed her when she was a minor. She alleged that other minors had similar stories, specifically referencing a precursor grooming scandal involving Dream that had surfaced on February 15th, 2022, levied by Twitter user HowYouGonnaFin, who provided Discord screenshots that perpetually showed Dream's interactions with a 13-year-old in 2017 and 2018. These claims are also unconfirmed, however, they have been disputed by Twitter users who don't believe them. Very good evidence. Twitter user OxyClean started a new thread on October 4th, 2022, providing a screen recording of various Twitter DMs that she allegedly shared with Dream in 2020, using it as evidence. The DMs, messages, and various exchanges between OxyClean and Dream outlined how Dream knew that she was 17 years old when he was 20 years old, and that he repeatedly invited her to his house and engaged in explicit and suggestive language. After OxyClean went private, the thread was lost. However, on October 13th, 2022, Twitter user Polly Ponzi tweeted a screen recording of it, gaining over 2,000 likes in less than a day. Later on October 13th, 2022, Dream responded to the accusations on his private Twitter account, Dream's Secret Club, levying a 3-post thread that dismissed the claims, stating that they were disgusting false accusations. The thread was screenshotted and reposted by many so that others not following the private account could see it, including this post by Twitter user DW on October 13th. On November 18th, 2023, following the initial phase of the Dream vs. Gumball controversy, Burner X account posted a screenshot of a Discord conversation between 2 users, supposedly friends of Dream, in which they discussed Dream allegedly sending explicit images and sexting 16 or 17-year-old user Love SKIRL on Snapchat in 2017. Later on November 18th, X users Ray D&I and Mortician made posts confirming that Dream had a Snapchat account in 2019 and made that his handle, the same as seen in the alleged screenshots. On November 20th, Burner account posted 2 clips of sexually explicit texts with audio sent to Love SKIRL on Snapchat, in which a person, purportedly Dream, moans in a sexual manner. Dream's response, The Truth, uploaded a 1-hour, 22-minute response video titled The Truth to YouTube, where it accumulated over 2.5 million views in one day. In this video, Dream addresses the grooming allegations put against him in 2022 and 2023, as well as the 2023 Dream vs. Gumball Uber incident. Over the course of the video, Dream interviews several people involved into the controversies, provides screenshots of the conversations and conversation logs with alleged victims, and disproves that any legal action was ever taken against him. The video is actually a good watch. It explains half of the accusations that's been put against him. There's so many that there's even a giant over 100 allegation long list that's been posted to Reddit. That could be an entire video of itself, but it's not going to be because that's just brain rot. Anyway, time to actually go towards one of the sickest people on the list. So the last lolly enjoyer of this part of the iceberg is Ava Kris Tyson. Kris Tyson, person that worked at Mr. Beast, and they are, you know, they're a package deal. Can't have one without the other, just like how predators can't have life without children. That was stupid. I know. I don't know what else to say. Let's just talk about this person because I hate them. Ava Kris Tyson, born July 1st, 1996, age 28, formerly known as Kris Tyson with a K, and before that, Kris Tyson with a C, is an American YouTube celebrity who is mainly known for being the former co-host and former on-screen member for the Mr. Beast YouTube channel, having appeared in most of the videos alongside Jimmy. She has participated in many of the challenges and prank videos Mr. Beast makes and is a part of the cast that consistently on the channel. She's also the main host of the channel, Beast Reacts, formerly Beast Hacks. Ava Kris Tyson initially described herself as a country boy before her transition, growing up as a Boy Scout, although it is argued that she was also a Cub Scout. Just wanted you to know. In the survival challenges, she was constantly the one who did the most work. She's also a big fan of cartoons, which means she is sometimes really childish. She is also the most vulgar of the group and arguably the most useful person during their survival challenges. She shares some characteristics with Carl, such as competitiveness, the like for cartoons, humor, etc., which makes them really close to each other. Kris Tyson encountered renewed controversy following a period of intense public scrutiny related to her transition. It was discovered that she had obtained and shared images of artwork by the online artist Shadman, which, if you didn't know, is one of the most disgusting people. I don't even know if you can call this person a person that has ever, let's just say, graced Twitter, because nothing on there is good anyway. And if you don't know who Keemstar is, I think it was back in 2015 or 16. His daughter was 4 or 5, something like that. And Shadman drew his daughter in a not great way. That's as plain as I'll say it. As well as purchasing inappropriate art depiction of a young female character drawn by Shadman. So in a bunch of old Mr. Beast YouTube videos where they were sitting in the living room you could see that Kris had hung up a picture of the drawing that he purchased from Shadman, where it showed a very young girl with a fidget spinner and a lollipop doing something not great. So we'll just keep it at that. She has also faced severe backlash for several other predatory tweets, some of which depicted support for Shadman, as well as grooming minors in a private Discord server, most notably Lava, who at first denied the allegations, but then took a look at the Discord logs, and then later condemned Ava's actions. So Lava used to show up on MrBeast videos whenever his family would come down to North Carolina for vacation. I think it's North Carolina, I'm pretty sure. Apparently during that time, Kris was doing a lot of not nice talking to someone who is very much underage compared to him, and it's just not, it's not the way to go whenever you're a part of, you know, MrBeast, the biggest YouTube channel in the world. On July 23rd, 2024, Kris Tyson addressed the allegations via a series of tweets, stating her departure from the MrBeast crew to prioritize her family and mental health. She denied any involvement in grooming and issued an apology for her past actions. The following day, Jimmy Donaldson, otherwise known as MrBeast, announced on Twitter that he would be seeking an independent third-party investigation into Kris Tyson's conduct and removing her from the MrBeast brand, therefore no longer making her part of the videos or being an on-crew screen member anymore. Apparently, after the private investigation ended in the second day of November, the private investigation had determined that there was no accounts of Ava Kris Tyson grooming anyone, but we can all agree we all saw those messages. So this is what MrBeast had to say about it. Over the last few days, I've become aware of the serious allegations of Ava Tyson's behavior online. I'm disgusted and opposed to such unacceptable acts. So yeah, that's all I have to say about Ava Kris Tyson. Really don't want to talk about her anymore. I hated every video I had to watch on all of these people. I hated having to read about it, but you know what? They did it, and I'm glad that this person that made the Iceberg took the time to put all the names together. And you know what? That's the end of the first part. We will be making the second part, the third part, the fourth part, the fifth part, sixth part, seventh part, and yes, the eighth part, because we got to show all these people, we gotta call them all out for what they have allegedly done, by the way. Except for the people that got actually convicted, which there are numerous ones on this list that have actually been convicted of doing these things. So, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you all, and I will see y'all in my next video.